Welcome to the Anchorage podcast. Today I'm interviewing Rodney.
My name is Rodney McCrae. I'm from Florence, South Carolina, and I am currently in college. I'm studying pastoral theology and missions, um, going into my sophomore year, and this summer I did counseling.
Counseling. So you mentioned you're in pastoral studies and all that.
Mhm.
How have you seen your ministry here this summer at the Anchorage camp to help you in that goal that you were looking for in pastoral
So
study?
I would definitely say when it comes to kids, obviously, definitely it helped me in that way. Just obviously being around them and just learning how they are spiritually, and just being a spiritual leader as well, just helping them out the best I can, and so that's I would probably say that, and as well as just the leadership role in general, I definitely think it has helped me to be a better leader, and as well as obviously spiritual leader for
hmm
sure.
So counseling the children and being a leader there, what are some aspects about counseling surprised you?
Um, I would probably say, hmm, I mean, I think I kind of like came in the minds in with the mindset of like almost anything could happen. So I feel like a whole lot didn't surprise me. Well, I would probably say like the difference in between um, dealing with possibly dealing with like teens and then juniors as well. I guess I would say that like how that would be. I think that would be the biggest thing because I thought juniors were going to be a little bit different, and I thought teens were going to be a little different, and they were definitely different in their own ways than way more than I kind of thought
hmm
of. So I guess I would say mainly say that. Yeah.
hmm how have you grown spiritually this summer? Also, we'll say this: how have you grown spiritually this summer that you in a way that you did not expect?
I guess I would say just probably pushing myself to find that personal time with God, and because you don't have a whole lot of time to um, do your devotions as much as you would during your daily life. So you have to make that time and find that time, um, as well as I guess I would say just I think I would just it would mainly be that. Yeah.
In the devotions?
Yes.
hmm How would you recommend to other college students to work here at the Anchorage or at any Christian ministry for a summer or for a short, brief period of time?
I would definitely say it. Like I said, it helped me leadership wise, and I think any college student could, especially Christian, obviously Christian college student could do better with that. Is being a better leader and get that experience of, and obviously just dealing with kids, and it helps you. Say if you're even if you're not going into pastoral ministry or anything like that, or even with kids, you may have to possibly deal with kids in your church. Maybe you have to help out. You'll get volunteered to help out in children's church or something like that, or maybe children's Sunday school. I think it would just help you just to better learn to be around kids, and how to um, help them with their needs, and especially spiritual needs.
hmm How'd you hear about the Anchorage?
So for a few years, I went with my both my Christian school and my church for several different retreats. So we came just about I probably came about 5 years, um, and so we did that, and as well as just um, the main reason I got kind of started working here is just different people that I go to college with, that kind of influenced me too, and just Thad, kind of wanting looking for more counselors and stuff. So
hmm You mentioned being an influence. How have you been an influence on the kids, and how have you seen or do you expect to see that influence to continue, even though you no longer are counseling these kids through the camp setting, how do you see yourself being this godly influence on them?
Um, I guess I would say probably um just kind of, you know, obviously, pouring into them and stuff. And I feel like when it comes to in the future, I mean, even though they were here for just a week, I believe the week of being their counselor can impact them for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely just that spiritual influence that you would have. And so I definitely tried to take it serious as possible and just tried my best to, when it came to devotions and just kind of, pressing the fact that that God loves you and, and that you can have a relationship with him. And so I would definitely say that, um, yeah, just throughout different things, such as devotions and as well as counseling class. So,
Cool. To wrap it up, what has been your favorite memory this summer? Doesn't have to be spiritual, but what has been your favorite memory from this summer?
well, I would probably say, even though you said it didn't have to be spiritual, but I would probably have to say, my first time, well, this summer has been the first time I was able to lead someone to the Lord. This summer was the first time I was ever able to lead someone to the Lord. So it's definitely a neat experience, and just thinking like how God chooses to use someone like me, even though I'm a sinner. So yeah, I would probably
Mm-hmm.
say that would be my favorite memory by far.
Good. Well, thank you for being part of this podcast. Thank you for letting me interview you. Uh, and thank you, everyone, for listening to the Anchorage podcast. Thank you for listening to the Anchorage podcast. If you would like to learn more about the Anchorage Christian Camp, visit our website, anchoragecamp.org. If you have questions or podcast suggestions, please email info@anchoragecamp.org. May God be glorified. Hebrews 6:19, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil.